Hey, the holidays are here. You worked your butt off to get to this moment in time, to have your holidays and your vacation time off. You might even go to an exciting destination or have a staycation, and you feel stressed, you feel worn out, you feel sad, you feel unhappy. And you think, how can this be? I was waiting for this moment. If that's you, watch this video, because I give you a couple of tricks and explanations why this might be and how you can shift out of it. Welcome to the series Mental Health Bites. Navigate life, thrive, and have positive impact. Well, you have been waiting for this moment. You worked, you did everything you needed to be doing to arrive at this point to have some time off. If you go on a travel holiday, you might need to organize a lot of things, and you might even have done that, and you arrive at your dream destination and you still don't feel happy. So why is that? And if you're like me, you now get into panic mode because you were relying on rejuvenating in this holiday and of unwinding and having a really good time so you can pick up all the stuff that needs to be doing when you go back home. And it doesn't work. Hey, slow it down. Take a moment. That's my first trick that I do. I remember I sat once at a beautiful cafe place at a countryside. And it was my first or second day on a family holiday. And I had ordered a cappuccino and it didn't arrive. And I was waiting. And then I went into the coffee shop and said, hey, I'm still waiting for my cappuccino. And she said, hey, lady, we operate on a slower space. Look around you. Look how beautiful it is. See that there are other customers. We have your cappuccino in order. It's gonna come. Just enjoy the view. And I was taken by that. What does she mean? And then I looked around me and I'm like, what is your problem, Elke? It's beautiful here. And you're completely stressing out of a cup of cappuccino? And then I realized how high wired I was still at this point in time. I was still in a high pace. I was still doing things inside my head all the time. I hadn't come down a bit. And the first thing you need to be doing when this is the case, be compassionate. Give yourself a break. Don't expect too much. Know that it needs time for you to unwind and slower your pace down. It's not going to happen on day one, most likely. And if you then recall at that moment what you all have done, which boxes you have ticked to get to this moment, you will understand that you're still stressed and that you might be more irritable and that little things still set you off. Be compassionate and trust yourself and say this to yourself, it's gonna get better. Just that. That's the first thing, have compassion. The second thing you can do when you feel you're still stressed and the pace is getting the better of you and you're still irritable, exercise. Give your body something to work with. You're still running on high adrenaline, most likely. That needs to be worked off. It needs to have a place where it can go to. And physical exercise is the thing. You don't have to run a marathon, but you can go for a walk. And you can best do that in nature and really walk it out. Make yourself do that, because then your chemical balance can go back to where it wants to be, which is into the restorative mode. It wants to come down, to cycle down, and you will get a dopamine kick and all that by allowing yourself to go through those motions. So exercise, second tip. Third tip, if you still feel I can't let go of work, it's still sitting with me, I'm not happy here, I don't know what to do, I feel restless, do a brain dump. A brain dump is a short intervention that really helps to shift gear. Single piece of paper and a pen and maybe a timer, set it for 3 minutes, write every single thought down. It can be the widest one that's crossing your mind at that point in time, just write it down. That is like exercise for the body. This is exercise for an overdrive brain, because you can dump the thoughts onto a piece of paper, and that literally calms your response in your brain down. And that's done in a couple of minutes. And then you can scrunch the salt paper up and chuck it into the bin or do whatever you like with it. But then you sort of have said, yep, been there, done that. Okay, chapter closed. Brain dump, third thing. And then the other thing, and you might not like to hear this, yes, get off your device. A device makes your brain dead. You remember how it is to be on a device, to be on Instagram, any other social media. You forget time and space. You forget your surroundings. You're basically running away from the current moment and slip into a different world. Your holiday is for you. It's to check in with you, to create space for yourself. Going into brain dead mode doesn't help. It keeps staying or luring you back into your normal mode of things. And you might say, hey, but I enjoy it. Yeah, you do, but you only enjoy it for a couple minutes. I strongly would advise at the beginning of a holiday to go off cold turkey and turn it off and feel and accept and be with a sense of boredom and restlessness that might come, and say this is a result of, not having a device, and that's okay, and I can weather it. What else can I do with this time? Can I be more attentive to the people I'm with? Can I be more present? Can I be more present to the beauty of the place that I'm in? Can I see the goodness around me? So that's the thing. Turn it off, go with the boredom, go with the check-in, and again, trust that you will rejuvenate. So these are the things that I do when I go on a holiday and my brain hasn't gotten the message just yet. That is the things I do because I wish for you to have a rejuvenating time, to explore, to relax, to slow down, to not put anything in your day for a moment, or be mindful of how many activities you do. Of course you want to do nice stuff, and of course you want to explore, and yes, do. But check how many activities it really needs and how much of the time you can spend on being idle and unplanned and unstructured. Yeah, have a wonderful holiday. Have a wonderful time off, and I'll see you at the other end. Subscribe to my channel if you want to have more of these positive life well-being hacks.